The Supreme Court is now weighing arguments about whether people accused of domestic abuse can possess guns. It's a significant case that could have major ripple effects. Advocates for both gun safety and domestic violence protection rallied outside the court during the hearing. NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dateline joins me now. So, Ken, first, can you just walk through the case the justices heard today? Do we know if they're leaning any direction?
Sure, Zinkley. The plaintiff in this case, Zaki Rahimi, is about as unsympathetic a poster child for gun rights as you can imagine. He assaulted his girlfriend back in 2019 and then threatened to shoot her, and then was the subject of a protective order suspending his license to possess a handgun in Texas. He also went on to commit other gun crimes after that, disregarding the order, possessing guns. He's in prison now. But the issue in this case is whether the law that prohibited him from having a gun under that domestic violence protection order, whether that law is constitutional. The Fifth Circuit, the appeals court that covers Texas, decided that it was not, based on the Bruin decision, the Supreme Court decision from more than a year ago, that ruled that any gun regulation in the United States has to have an analog in history. The founders had to have been okay with it, essentially. And the Fifth Circuit said that that was not the case with this particular provision. The justices today appeared to disagree. They appeared to form a consensus around the idea that a person, a judge guilty of domestic violence, is a dangerous person who shouldn't possess a firearm. But there's a big question around what rules they will come up with so the lower courts can properly interpret the Bruin decision. Because right now, there are a lot of different rulings around the country, different gun laws having been thrown out. People don't agree on what actually the history of gun control in the United States is. So it's a bit of a chaotic situation that they are hoping the Supreme Court can resolve.
Yeah, and Ken, I mean, I know there's data around this topic, right? When we look at the average, 70 women are shot and killed by an intimate partner every month. That's according to the nonprofit advocacy group Everytown for Gun Safety. So what are some of the implications if SCOTUS decides to actually overturn this law?
Yeah, if this doesn't go the way people think it's going to go and they actually knock this out, huge repercussions. Simply, first of all, around 13,000 people are prevented from buying a gun every year because they have a domestic violence order, and thousands more probably should have been but weren't because of the flaws in the system, according to FBI data. And then it raises questions about other provisions, other so-called prohibited persons, including people who have been adjudged mentally ill by a court of law. They're right now not allowed to possess weapons. If the Supreme Court knocks out this domestic violence provision, it would raise questions about those other provisions. Felons, could they possess weapons? So it really could destroy the underpinnings of some of the major gun laws in the United States, Sinclair.
We'll see where it all lands. Ken Dateline, thank you.
You bet.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.